Now see, that's where it's either believing or not believing. Because you either want to do that or you don't want to do that. Or you hear this message and you think, well, you're telling me and she's supposed to be my helpmate. She's supposed to be there for me. She's supposed to be carrying some of this weight too. You better be careful, because if Jesus had that attitude, he'd have never made it to the cross. So how are you going to follow him if you don't think like him? Look, if you can't find that language in his mouth, don't think it's okay in yours. When you squeeze an orange, what do you get? See, you didn't say juice, you said orange juice. You know why? You squeezed the orange. It'd be weird if he'd have said apple juice. You'd all said, what's that dude been drinking? Squeeze an orange, get apple juice? I don't know what world he's living in. Would it be weird to squeeze an orange and get apple juice? Why isn't it weird when you squeeze a Christian and get everything but Christ? That ought to be weird. Wonder if the devil's learned how to squeeze them and show what they believe and don't believe, understand and don't understand. I'll find their motive out. I could care less if they attend church 7 days a week. I'll squeeze them and find out what they see. This little squeeze here and a little squeeze there. After 4 or 5 squeezes, next thing you know, you're throwing in the towel. God mustn't love you. What I do wrong? Why ain't he protecting me? All of a sudden, you're a dead giveaway. It's been about you from the beginning. Oh, this is straight up. I flew all the way here just to tell you this with a smile. Can you tell how friendly I am? I'm friendly. I'm not mad at nobody. I'm having the time of my life. See, that's the thing. There ain't nothing you can do about this. You're too late. Shoot me, you just put me in his lap. What can you do to me now? I see it. It's freedom. I'm done living for me. It's a wretch. Selfishness is a wretched lie. I've never seen it produce an ounce of life. Destruction on every end. The way that seems right to a man. Seems right. That's the problem. It seems right. And you can get even a couple people to agree with you, but it doesn't produce life. So you look at the fruit of how you're thinking and what it's producing, you'll see if it's God. Because you know them by their fruit. So you got to look at what a thing's producing to see if you're on track. Yeah? So in those 8 years, if I'm thinking some other way towards my wife, and all of a sudden it's a detriment, all of a sudden I'm weary and well-doing, all of a sudden I'm just an overburdened man, all of a sudden I just didn't have my wife, and now I'm feeling sorry for myself, and I can't believe she can't be stronger, and why, God, don't you change her, and why don't you give her strength to help me, because now I'm weak, God, why don't you, God, where are you, God? The fruit of that gives it away. My eye's not single anymore. I'm starting to think about me now. What about me? What about how I feel? When do I catch a break? Boy, if Jesus thought like that, he ain't never making it to the cross. Come on. This is how wretched self-centeredness is, guys, and we think it's normal because it's all we've known from the time we were born, because we were born into Adam, and you must get born again. We turned it into a prayer that takes me to heaven when I die, instead of the answer of new life through Jesus Christ in a brand new wineskin to hold this new wine. Yeah? Come on, I'm calling you to something tonight. The goal of our instruction is love. Let's stop hurting each other in the name of Christ and saying we're Christians. I'm not saying we're not Christians. I'm saying in all our getting, get understanding. Why are we hurting each other? Let's see what it is. Let's get out of rightness and live in righteousness. Let's start understanding it's a lack of love. That's what's hurting each other. It's not tit for tat. He said, she said. Well, if they didn't, well, I wouldn't. If they didn't, well, how come? Well, don't talk to me. That has nothing to do with it. It's the absence of love. Because love takes no account of the wrong done to it. Why? Because it doesn't seek its own. Be straight with me. Can you be discouraged if you're not self-centered? If all you're seeking is the kingdom, and you're seeking first for the kingdom and the well-being of others, and you've laid down your life for the cross and you're following Him, where do you find discouragement in that? Was Jesus discouraged? Was He hurt or was He hurting? There's a difference. Are you with me? How can I be offended unless I have self-centeredness in my life? It says, if God loved us this way, ought we not love one another? For if anyone loves, he has no cause for stumbling because of his brother. In other words, there's nothing his brother can do to cause him to stumble because he loves now. He's free. And love doesn't seek its own. Yay. You get it?